kind of mixing today of like grounding and strength again. So feet pretty wide. We're going to come into temple pose. Of course, always the requisite pull up here. And then bring your thumbs on the inside, fingertips on the outside. Let your hips get low. And you can notice if your feet are too close together, your knees are going to go past your ankles. I want them a little bit wider for today. Press your knees gently apart. Rock from side to side. Notice if you can let go of any tension you're holding on to in your hips. Soften through your roots. Way, but you're supporting your weight in your arms rather than in your legs. All right, and then we'll add a twist to this. Inhale, coil in through center. On your exhale, gently press your right knee away. Look over towards the left. Inhale, coil in. Exhale to the right. Oh, that's usually where my back pops. Let's go one more time in each direction. Through center. To the right. Press your left knee away. And then come back to the middle. Straighten your legs. Let's keep your toes turned out for the time being. Maybe come in just a little bit. Inhale your arms out and up. Lift your heart as you reach your arms up and over. And then on your exhale, hands come down to the earth. Just your fingertips, shoulders and hips at the same level. Inhale, press down through your feet, arms back over. We'll do that again. I'm going to show it from a different view here. Exhale, hands come down low. See how my shoulders are in the same line as my hips. And then keep your spine long as you rise back up to standing. A couple more times. Hips reach back, heart reaches forward. Inhale, hands over your head. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Fingertips touch the mat. Then press down, stand up, hands over your head. Clasp your hands behind you. Turn your toes inward. Maybe it's better show this way. Lift your heart. Slight bend in your knees. Hips reach back, heart reaches forward again. And this time your hands come up and over. Relax your neck. Press your feet down and apart. You could bend one knee and then the other if that feels good to you. Right now, to me, what feels good is just folding forward. My hamstrings are pretty tight today. And I'll notice that I'm avoiding some sensation when I'm in my heels, that I can find a little bit more transformation as if I shift it towards my feet. It's finding those uncomfortable areas that are actually where we grow, which is kind of the theme of life right now, isn't it? And take your hands down to the mat. Keep the weight in the front of your foot and walk your hands out underneath your shoulders. Keep them here. Bend, turn the insides of your elbows to face the front. And then as you exhale, fold forward, bend your elbows straight back, look behind you. Tuck your chin, roll up to halfway, lengthen your spine. Notice if your weight went back, keep it towards the front of your foot. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen all the way out. Exhale, fold. And now add a little bend in your knees, grab a hold of your elbows. Again, finding the right thing for you today. It could be a little movement through your legs. Stillness seems to be calling to me. And then shake your head yes and no. If your go-to is fidgeting, then The medicine for that is usually stillness. Let's take another breath here, wherever you are. And release your hands to the mat and find downward dog. Downward dog, let's take our time to get acclimated into this position. Bend one knee and then the other, observing how your body feels without passing any judgments. You can experience tightness without criticizing yourself or being tight. Like anything, a little bit of tightness that we experience is impermanent. It's just a feeling. Make sure you get both sides. Reaching your heels up, heels down. Let's take our heels over to each side. So start by lifting your heels over your toes. Take your heels over to the right. Bend at your knees a lot. Or actually, you don't have to bend at your knees a lot. Bend at your knees a little bit if that is available to you, but you don't have to bend your knees here. Then you'll come onto your left fingertips and roll your left ribs back, left shoulder back. And then lengthen your left side. Focus your breath through your left lung. Come back through center. Take your heels over to the left. Again, if you'd like to bend your knees, you can. Come onto your right fingertips. Open up through your right side. Turn your right ribs back. Keep pressing down forward through your left hand. Oh. And then come back to center. Lift your heels over your toes once again. Tuck your chin. Lift from center, navel to spine. Roll forward into plank. Reach from the crown of your head towards your heels. We'll experience this two more times. Lift up, use your core. Come back to downward dog. Stretch, heel, reach down, hips reach up. Inhale, heels lift, tuck your chin, lift the space behind your back, really lift your rib cage as you roll forward. Experience your strength. Inhale, come back to downward dog. Reach the crown of your head forward, hips back, lengthen your spine. And then we'll roll forward one more time into plank. Press into your fingertips. Reach back through your heels, forward through the crown of your head. And then turn your leg muscles on by pulling your knees up towards your hips. So your legs are just as much a part of this structure as your arms. Keep the strength in your legs as we come down to the earth. So you can notice how you use your legs as brakes. Now anchor the tops of your feet down onto the mat. Knees lift, shoulders loop just an inch off the earth. Cobra pose, opening up our front gates. Let's do one more time. Use your back more than your hands here. And then soften. Again, shoulders loop. Use your strong back. Keep the back of your neck long, and then employ your arms to help lengthen the front of your body. Keep pressing down and back through your toes, and then soften towards the earth. Hands underneath your shoulders, toes tuck, knees lift, navel to spine, through plank or knee plank, back to downward dog. All right, inhale your right leg back. Open up through your hips so you're reaching your right foot as high as you can, left heel down. Take your right knee in towards your chest, but stay in downward dog. So you pull your right knee in towards your rib cage and then open back up. So they're really big circles with your knee. Exhale as you bring it through center. Inhale, open up. Let's do one more of those. Exhale in. Inhale, expand. Now exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest. Lift your left heel over your left toes. Round your upper back as you shift forward and place your right foot between your hands. Ground your back heel. Follow your left hand up and over for warrior two. Bring both of our hands back down to the mat. Back to the plank and slowly using your legs as brakes, make your way back to the earth. Tops of feet press down and back. Heart reaches forward, shoulders loop. Exhale, release. Hands underneath your shoulders, toes tuck again. With strength and determination, awareness, come back into downward dog. Left leg, reach back and up. Left leg reaches as high as you can. Let your hips open, but square your shoulders. Then bend at your left knee. Draw your knee in towards your chest. On your exhale, stay in downward dog, and then inhale your knee out and up. So you're getting full hip rotation here. And I also find that this helps get some good calf or hamstring stretching of your grounded leg as well. Exhale in, inhale, open. Exhale, draw your knee into center. Lift your right heel over your toes. Look back towards your lifted knee. Shift forward. Place your foot between your hands, right in the middle. Back heel down. Follow your right hand up and over for warrior two. Shoulders open to the right side of your mat. And then bring your hands back down to the earth. Step into plank. Slowly, with patience, down to the mat. Tops of feet press down, knees lift, shoulders open. Find fluidity, balancing your strength with ease. And then return to downward dog. This time we won't go through the hip rotations. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, take your knee through center. Lift from center, shift forward. Place your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel. Follow your left hand up into warrior two. Now we're going to add on, flip your front palm, reverse warrior, bend your front knee as you go into reverse warrior. And then both hands come back to the mat. Square your hips, step into plank, elbows point straight back, brush your ribs as you lower down. Tops of feet press down and back, shoulders loop, peel away from the earth, and release. Hands under your shoulders, and come back to downward dog. Left leg. Inhale, reach your left foot as high as you can. Stretch and open your hips. Drive your knee through center, hug in towards your chest, shift forward, foot between your thumbs. Your heel to arch alignment. Keep your left knee bent. We'll come through strong warrior two and back through an expansive reverse warrior two. Back down to the mat, seal your palms. With control, step into plank. And then all the way to the mat. Tops of feet press down and back. Shoulders loop, heart opens, broaden across your collarbones. And release. Hands under your shoulders, toes tuck, knees lift. Coming through plank to downward dog. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, hug your knee high up in towards your chest. Shift forward, use your strong core, and place your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel. Follow your left hand up to warrior two. Reverse warrior. And this time we're going to add on your exhale, your right elbow will pass your right knee. Hand to the earth, left hand comes up and over, and then you'll pivot to the back of the mat. Straighten your front leg, keep your hips low. Hips stay low towards the front of the mat. Seal your palms and step into plank. Slowly, with control, all the way down. Tops of feet press down and back. Shoulders open. Release. Hands under your shoulders, palms flat. Core strong to downward dog. Left leg. Inhale, reach back and up. Exhale, knee to chest. Foot between your hands. Right heel to the earth. Right arm leads. Hips stay low. Crown of head lifts. Left knee presses forward as your left hand comes up and over. Left arm comes down on the inside of your left leg. Right arm reaches up forward, and then you pivot towards the back of the mat. Bend your back knee, Skandasana. Come back forward. Square your hips and step into plank. All the way down. Press down and back through your feet. Loop your shoulders, move like Mercury through Cobra. And then with resilience and strength, come back through strong plank to downward dog. Let's do one more round. Nothing to add on this time. Right leg. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to chest, strong through center as you shift. Foot between your hands. Ground your back heel. Front knee tracks over your front foot. Broaden across your right side. Keep the length as your right elbow passes your right knee, hand to the earth, left hand up and over, reach towards the front of the mat, and then pivot to the back. Bend your front and back knee, keep your hips low. Shift forward. Step into plank. Slowly to the mat. Shoulders loop. Expand, find space, take a breath in and release. Toes tuck and back to downward dog. Last time, left side. Reach your left foot back. Exhale, knee to chest. Shift forward, foot between your hands. Back heel to the mat. Right arm reaches out, up and over. Front palm flips. You're on your right fingertips. And then left elbow passing left knee. Right arm up and over. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Hips low. Stretch the inside of your front leg. Shift back. And then palm seal. Step into plank with lots of control. Press into your fingertips. Draw up through your navel. Resist gravity. Find ease, liberation here in your cobra. Soften, and let's come back to child's pose for a moment of restoration. If you can find some place to put your forehead, if it's on a block or your hands or the earth, Just feel a sense of connection and support. It could also be in your hands. Your chin could be in your hands. Just feel this support of the earth below you. See if you can be both relaxed and alert. Breath is strong and intentional, but not forced. Working to close the gap between mind and body. One last breath here in this restorative moment. Appreciate how you feel and just notice how you feel. And we'll come through all fours and we'll do some sort of core work. Wish we had like one of those wheels that we could spin, but it was like, what type of core work are we going to do today? And then I could pretend like every time I wanted to do a plank core work that I could just like blame chance. Instead, I'm just gonna make us do some core work because I guess I'm some plank core work because I guess I'm not mean. No, it's that kind of love that's like, what do they call it? Tough love. Yes, that's what we're going to pretend it is. So that being said, everybody's really excited now. We're going to come to all fours. Find plank pose. And I know you're all there because it's so exciting. We're going to walk through just a couple of these cues first. Press into your fingertips and pull them in towards your palms. So you've got a little bit of space between your knuckles and the earth. And then sometimes we're a little bit low in our plank. So lift the space behind your heart and then reach your sternum forward and your heels back while pulling your lower ribs up. And like we said, use your legs just as much as your arms like we did in the beginning. So pull your knees up. Now you can feel that your whole body is getting used in plank rather than just your arms. Now what, right? Okay, take your heels to the left, reach your right arm up and over. So your shoulders open, press down through your left hand, up, reach up through your right. Lift your hips so you're turning on your obliques. One more breath here, big inhale. Then on the exhale, you'll come down to your right forearm and take your heels to the right. Lift your left arm up, press down into your right forearm. Hips lift using your right obliques. Left hand is reaching for the sky, shoulders stacked. One more breath here. And then we'll come down to forearm plank, toes tuck, watch out for high hips. So take your hips as low as your shoulders and then pull your elbows towards your feet, round just your upper back and then lengthen out from crown to head or from heel to head. Again, inhale, draw in, exhale, reach out. 3 more, stay with me. Savor your strength. Reach out, neutral. 2 more. Pull your elbows towards your feet and then press them in the opposite direction. Last one. Draw in through center. Lengthen back out. Now heels, hips, tops of feet press down. Heart lifts. Without moving your arms, pull your forearms towards you. And then release. Take just a moment. Take your forehead to the tops of your hands. Take your heels from side to side. And then we got a whole other side. I know you're excited because we get this chance to not just ignite, but experience our own strength. This is our chance to prove to ourselves that we're capable of enduring hard things. I think it's really great to be able to watch yourself do something that you didn't think you were capable of, or even just try it, And take your hands under your shoulders. We'll press up through knee plank to all fours. Have a moment on your heels. Shake your wrists out. Maybe shake your shoulders out before we do the other side. I don't know how it goes. This is where I wish you all were here. Somebody could tell me actually how to do the chicken dance. And then there's like a dun, 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 dun. And then there's like a little thing like this, right? Yeah. All right. Y'all. Let's back into plank. We'll take some setup moves. So go ahead, get on it. Dedicate this strength to someone else that needs it right now. So take yourself out of it and send your strength, your power to someone else or a group of people that may be in need of a little extra energetic push. So let's go back through it. Press your fingertips down, pull them in towards your palms. Lift the space behind your heart up, and then reach sternum forward, heels back. Ignite your legs so that all of your roots are helping support you, not just your arms. Now take your heels to the right. Keep your legs strong. Lift your left arm up and over, shoulders stack. We're in side arm balance here, which technically we're making the first krama of our yoga class today. And then one more breath, press down into your hand, lift your hips. Take your left forearm down, heels to the left. Reach your right arm up, press into your whole left forearm. Keep your legs squeezing together to help support you. Turn your and activate your left obliques here. Shoulders stack so you're not turned towards the earth. Whoop. And then bring both forearms down to the mat. Who are you going to dedicate these last 5 pulses to? There's only 5. Let's make them count. Inhale, draw into center, coil in. Exhale, heels out, sternum forward. Inhale, draw in. If you're not doing it for you, do it for somebody else. Pull in. Expand, reach your sternum forward. 2 more. Draw in through center. Reach your heart forward. Last one. Into center. Reach out and forward. Knees down, hips down. A moment in Sphinx pose so we can proudly lift our hearts in victory. And then let your elbows go wide. Take your forehead down. Maybe it feels good to take your heels from side to side. It may also feel good to bring your palms together and then bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. And just take a moment to check in with the state of your mind. How do you feel right now? Watch the different thoughts, sensations, and feelings as they arise and pass away. And release your arms. They were folded above your head. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Find that resilience. Tune back into your strength. Knees lift. We'll press up through plank and back to downward dog. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Inhale. Exhale out your mouth. 2 more. The only thing you have to do right now is breathe. All right. Starting with your right foot. Inhale, reach your right leg straight back and up. Open up through your hips. Exhale, draw your knee into center. Lift from center, shift forward. Place your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel, setting up for warrior two. So your heel to arch. Follow your left hand up and over into warrior two. Reach out wide through your arms. So if someone were to come and press on your arms, they would be really solid. Your front knee tracking over the center, even pressing towards the outer edge of your foot. Collarbones open, expand, and through your low ribs. Now let's add just a little mindful movement. Bring your hands in towards center on an exhale. Inhale, extend out from heart to fingertips. Exhale, pull into middle. Feel free to close your eyes. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, open up. Let's do one more. Hands to heart center. Inhale, broaden, find expansiveness and strength. Flip your front palm. One big inhale in reverse warrior. Reach your right arm back and up. Straighten your back leg so you're not bending through your knee. And then on the exhale, keep the distance here between shoulder and hip and take your right elbow on the inside of your right knee. Always a fan favorite side angle pose. You're going to use your elbow to help rotate your left ribs back. And then take your left arm along your side, and your right elbow is on the inside of your right leg, not here to help support your weight. And then slice your left arm along your side. Turn your pinky down. Stay with it. Keep your back leg solid. You are strong. Notice what stories come up. When it gets hard, stay present. One more breath in. And then this is the hardest part. Let's come back into warrior two. Straighten your strong front leg. Turn your toes in towards each other. Breathe your arms up over your head. And exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Much like we did before, start with your hands underneath your shoulders and the weight towards the front of your foot. So you could even kind of lift your heels. Turn the insides of your elbows as much as you can to the front. Point your elbows back. Spine stays long, and then you'll start to fold forward. Inhale up halfway. Then I want you to ask yourself, and when I'm in this position, do I feel plenty of stretch in my hamstrings? If the answer is yes, stay here for about 4 more breaths. If you need more, elbows point back, keep your spine long. If your spine starts to round, then that's a sign that you need to lengthen back out. So if your spine is straight, then you can continue to fold forward and maybe even walk your hands between your feet with your fingers pointing away from you. Organize your elbows directly above your wrists. Lean forward, the weight into the front of your foot. And then you can traction your hands, press them forward to help you fold forward from your hips. Press your feet down and apart, lift your hip points up a little more. You might notice a little more transformation possibility. You have to look for it. It doesn't always just appear. Then we'll walk our hands back out. Pivot to the front of your mat. Ground your back knee. And if you have blocks, you can use them. If you don't, no big deal. We'll just take a couple passes through half splits to low lunge. So as you come through half splits, make sure that your left hip is directly over your left knee, not out to the side, but right over it. And then we'll walk forward into down, forward, and then back split. I'd like to ask for you, as you move through these two, to stay present with your body. And I'm going to offer you to either keep moving or find a place to pause. Today, and what I can tell is tight for me is my psoas. So I'm going to find a low lunge position. If I was feeling it in my hamstrings, I'd probably stay in half splits. So if this version of low lunge is plenty for you, stay here, or you could bring your hands on the inside of your right foot. And if you're in half splits and you want to take a few breaths in full splits, power to you. Find what's right for you in your body today. Notice where your mind goes when we pause. Stay with the sensations. If you're in full splits, start to work your way out. And then we'll all come forward into lunge with our hands flat on the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then step into plank. With control, elbows point back, lower down. And let's take locust pose. So interlace your hands behind you, reach your knuckles back, reach your feet back and up, heart lengthens forward. Careful that you're not lifting your chin up. You want your gaze to be slightly down. And the lifting of your legs comes from the base. Keep your toes pointed. And then soften everything back down. Take just a couple rotations through your heels from side to side. And then hands underneath your shoulders, toes tuck from plank back to downward dog. Lift your left leg straight back and up, hips open. Right heel presses down, shoulders square. And take your knee through center. Lift from your strong core. Shift forward and place your foot between your hands. Ground your back heel and follow your right hand up and over. Shoulders over hips, so you're not reaching forward or grasping, but you're centered. Press down and apart with your feet and simultaneously pull them together so you get this co-contraction happening with your muscles. Feels almost like they're wrapping around your bone. Collarbones broaden, lower ribs draw in. Feel fortification happening through center. And let's take that same movement on this side that we did on the other. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, expand out. Again, I offer to close down your eyes. Stay stable and strong through your legs. Keep pulling your back knee up to ignite the inside of your right leg. Inhale one more time. Stretch from heart to fingertips, arms long and strong. Flip your left palm. Right fingertips come to your right leg. Inhale your left arm up and over, lengthen from shoulder to hip. Use the length to come forward. Left elbow on the inside of left knee. Manual assist. Turn your right ribs back. Shoulders stack. This leg is really arm to your side, and then slice forward and up. Right pinky rolls down. We'll be here for 4 breaths. Tune into your strength and savor it. Stay with it. One more. Now keep your solid foundation. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten your front foot or front leg. Turn your toes in towards each other. Interlace your hands this time. Knuckles reach down, heart lifts. And then with a slight bend in your knees, hinge forward from your hips. Arms come up and over. Relax your neck. Shake your head yes and no. And release your hands to the mat. Pivot towards the front of the mat. Ground your back knee. Access your blocks if you have them. And then you'll shift from back to half splits with your right hip over your right knee. And back to low lunge on a little exploratory mission. You're looking for sensations and places of interest that are unique to you. We all have different minds, we all have different bodies, we all hold stress in different ways. The systems of each of our unique lives cause us tension in different ways. And that manifests in physical ways as it does mental. So find a place to hold or keep moving. If movement is what you need today, if you're feeling a little stagnant, maybe movement is perfect for you. Then listen. What kinds of thoughts come up? Are you planning? Fantasizing? Judging yourself? Just notice. You can even notice judgment without judgment. One more breath. And move any props aside. Seal your palms. And instead of coming through plank, I'm going to have you come to your knees and sit on your heels for a moment. I know we're coming up on we're getting close to time here, but we have one peak pose to pull in. There's cat hair literally just floating through the air right now. And then we'll go into the completion portion of our class. So I'm going to have us all do this one together because there's multiple options. So let's start in plank. Just like before, heels reaching out long. Lift through the space behind your heart, crown of your head forward. Start by taking your heels to the left and then lift your right arm up and over. Shoulders are open and stacked. You could be here, or maybe you plant your right foot in front of you for a little support. Another option could be ecstatic Vasi, where you've got a little more lift happening. Or maybe you could stop here or add on by grabbing a hold of your big toe and then pressing whoop See, it's okay. Sometimes we fall. Grab a hold of your big toe and press your heel out and then open up. I think the problem here is that my left hand is a little too far in, and then my earpiece started to fall out. So just play, experiment. Oh my, I'm distracted. Notice, is this a challenge today more so than other days? And that's okay. That's okay. And then when you're ready, we'll switch sides. No problem at all. Start in plank. Heels to the right. First step, shoulders stack. This is a great to build strength or assist. Or make sure that your right hand is in front of your right shoulder. You could find ecstatic Vasisthasana or even grab a hold of your toe. And then you're really strong through your base leg. One side's always easier. Lift through your hips. Open your leg up. And then when you're ready, come back down through plank. Knees to the earth. Let's bring hips to heels. Arms behind you or hands underneath your forehead. And just take a moment, slow your breath down. Control your breath, control your life. Reach your arms back in front. We'll come through all fours and make our way to our back. And slow down our breath and mind before we head into Shavasana. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Start just by wrapping your arms around your shins, rocking from side to side, slowly and gently. Direct your awareness to the places where your body meets the mat. Notice where you're building up tension. If this is perfect for you, stay here in Apanasana. If you'd like to find happy baby, you can grab a hold of the outside edges of your feet and rock from side to side. Soften through your hips and shoulders, forehead, eyebrows. Bring the soles of your feet together. Interlace your fingers, press your knees forward or away from you. Pull your feet down towards your hips. So you're in bound angle pose on your back. Just for a couple of breaths. And then gently release your legs out long. Feet as wide as your mat. Let your feet roll away from each other. Tuck your shoulders underneath you. Palms open. Just go through a little body scan. Check in with your toes. Bring your awareness into your ankles, to your knees. Soften any tension in your hips. Let your abdomen be soft. Shoulders, dissolving any clinging or tension that you're holding on to. Loosen your jaw. Relax your eyes, your forehead. Stay here in this position for a couple more minutes and rest. Without moving or opening your eyes, become aware of your surroundings. Invite awareness into your body by deepening your breath. Find small movements of fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Stretch your arms above your head, reaching from fingertips to toe tips as if getting a second chance to wake up today. Bend at your knees. Roll to one side and pause just for a moment. Just a moment to observe the work that you did today. Then press yourself up to a seated position, palms together. Grow tall through the crown of your head, sitting with dignity. Thank you for coming today, for you, for each other. Thank you to all the people in our lives and the yogis of our past who have made it possible for us to have this practice. And may you and all living things be safe, be happy, be healthy, and live with strength and ease. Namaste.